Today I will discuss the topic of demand elasticity. As you may recall, the law of demand states as price increases, the quantity demanded decreases, which shows an inverse relationship. What we haven't talked about is how much that change is, and that's what elasticity is saying, is a measure of the sensitivity to the quantity change from a change in price. And I have two products here. One is inelastic and one is elastic. As you'll notice, the demand curves are different. An inelastic demand curve, such as here, is more vertical, and elastic demand is more horizontal. So in this example, we're going to talk about also how total revenue is affected by elastic and inelastic demand. So let's start here with the cigarettes. At this point, we're saying that cigarettes are $3 a pack, and there's being 100 sold per day. So let's calculate our total revenue. The equation's here. Total revenue is price times quantity. So in this case, it's $3 times 100 equals $300. And I should just say our total revenue is this. Now let's see what happens if we change the price. Let's say we change the price, to $4. How much of an increase is that? Well, $1 increase from $3 is 1/3. So as a percentage, that would be 33. It's going to be plus 33.33 repeating percent. But what happens to the quantity? Well, as we said, when price increases, quantity demanded decreases. So we're going to draw across and see what happens here. And it didn't work well for me this way. I'm going to do this. Make that a dashed line to demonstrate that it is just a reference. And again, we're going to do the same over here. We are going to say that it's going to go down to 90. And we do another line. Oops, line up. And what percentage change was that? Oops. So we have percentage change here of minus 10%. Oops. All right, doesn't want to line up well for me, so I'm going to have to move this momentarily. So what happened, as you can see, and I'm trying to make this more vertical if I can. Doesn't want to seem to play nice. There we go. It's a little bit better. So what we're seeing is that as the price increased, the quantity demanded decrease. And you can see that the percentage change in price is much greater than the percentage change in quantity diminished. And why is this? Well, cigarettes are a type of product in which when the price goes up, people may smoke a little bit less, but they oftentimes keep smoking. And so therefore, this is what's called an inelastic product. So let's see what happened to our total revenue. Our total revenue now is $4 times 90 equals $360. Notice that the total revenue has increased from the price increasing. And I will change the color to match the calculation we just did here. So we can calculate also the elasticity of this. It's a percentage change in quantity divided by the percentage change in price. And in this case, it will be minus 10 divided by 33.33, and since these are both percentages, we can drop the percentage sign, which will equal 0.30. Now you see that there's a negative here, so technically it's negative, but when we do calculations here, we make it the absolute value, and so therefore the elasticity here is measured as 0.30, which is stating that here, when the elasticity is less than 1, then the product is inelastic. So this calculation is showing an inelastic demand. Let's see what happens if we lower the price. Let's say the price drops to $2 from $3. So what percentage change would that be? Well, $1 from $3 again is a third, so it would be minus 33.3%. And let's draw across and see what happens. My lines don't seem to always want to line up, it seems like. And again, I'm going to do a dashed line here so that it represents not a connection, but that it's showing representation. And we'll do another line down here. And looks like it's playing some games with me here again. And again, I'll represent that as a dashed line. And we'll say that the amount is now 110. Okay, so why is it important? Well, it's important in that you're seeing that, again, the percentage change is 10% from a 33% price change. So we have, in this case, a plus 10% change in price. And I'll move this over a bit. And our calculation will be the same again as we had before. So again, if you calculate it from $3 to $2, you'll have the same calculation here. Again, there'll be a increase in the quantity, but a decrease in the price, and you'd have a minus 0.30. So why is this? Well, again, cigarettes are inelastic in that if you lower the price, those that are current smokers will smoke maybe a bit more, but it's not going to attract any new smokers. And so therefore, the quantity change is not very sensitive to a price change. So now let's look at elastic demand. So let's see what happens when we apply the concepts here. So let's say we raise the price to, let's just say 10%. So we'll go to $2.20. What percentage increase is that? Like I said before, it is plus 10%. And let's see what happens. We draw a cross. And we notice that, yep, as the law of demand is saying, as we increase the price, the quantity demanded goes down. And in this case, it goes down to $50. So what percentage change is this? Minus 50%. I'm not sure why it's doing that, but we'll fix that. So you'll notice that the price has dropped 50% from a 10% increase in the price. We'll go back to our equation here. And so now we have percentage change in quantity is minus 50. We can drop the percentages because we're using percentages each time. Divided by 10 equals 5. So again, we do the absolute value here, and in this case, because the elasticity calculation is greater than 1, the product is elastic. So we have to calculate total revenue. Again, the first total revenue was $2 times 100. Equals $200. Now when we raise the price to 20 times 50 equals 110. So let's see what happens if we lower the price. We can lower it to $1.80. And that is a percentage change of minus 10%. Again, from the original $2. And we can draw a cross. Dashed line because it's representing, and we can draw down. And you'll notice that we will go up by 50. And again, the increase will be a increase of 50% from the original amount of 100. And you have the same calculation again. So it'll be an increase in 50 from a decrease of a 10% price. And so again, this will be a elastic product because the calculation is greater than 1. In this case, it is 5. Let's talk about total revenue. Here we said that when total revenue increases from an increase in the price. Let's do the calculation for a decrease. And I'm going to change the color for that decrease in price. So in this case, it's $2 times 110 equals $220. In this case over here, total revenue is $1.80 times 150, which equals $270. So what you'll notice is that for inelastic demand, if you raise the price, total revenue goes up. If you lower the price, total revenue goes down. For elastic demand, you'll see that when when the price is raised, the total revenue goes down. But when you drop the price, total revenue increases. So this will explain why some products go up in prices and some don't. Now remember, total revenue is not profit. Total revenue is just the revenue brought in. And the canned ham company can't keep lowering their price because eventually the profit per unit will diminish and they could go negative, and that's a problem you'll learn in later chapters. But it is telling you what kind of products will tend to go up in price, such as things like prescription drugs. Why do those go up? It's because they are very inelastic. So you'll find that products that are high in need, so to speak, gasoline, cigarettes, prescription drugs, things like that, will be very inelastic. Those products have lots of substitutes. In this case, in canned ham, people will buy other kinds of meats. Those tend to be elastic demands. And so you'll see prices in those categories tend to go down, but in inelastic demand, those prices tend to go up. And so this is to explain why certain products have what is called elastic and inelastic demand and the effects it has on total revenue.